Yo, what up YouTube, man? It's your boy MUSICLEE and I'm back, man, with another reaction. I just want to give a little shout out, man, to Megan the Librarian. She sent me this breakdown that she does on Bo Burnham, All Eyes on Me. Asked me to look into it. I'm not too sure if she even wanted me to react to it. Maybe I think she just wanted me to take a look at it. But do you know what, man? When I first started my channel, there was a few people that helped me put me sort of on the map a little bit, man. And as well as it being All Eyes on Me, so I absolutely laugh. So it's an excuse to watch it again. I'm actually going to get more professional breakdown. You know, I don't really know too much about Bo Burnham or how he does these things and things like that. So I thought this would be a good thing, man. I mean, it might not be for everyone, but obviously I want to watch Megan break it down and see what she has to say and her views on things, and hopefully it might educate me. Like I said to people, I love being educated on things, as long as people ask me the right way and not try and tell me in certain ways. And I thought it'd just be amazing to maybe help her channel like Mr. Osis did for me and a few other people they did for me when I first started off, and they got me views, man. So please go check her channel out. I'm literally about to click on it. I don't know much about it, or what exactly she's going to talk about, but yeah, why not, man? I like to help people as much as I can. Megan supports me, so I'm going to do exactly the same thing, and I'm going to support her back. So yeah, man, please go check her channel out. It's Megan the Librarian. And yeah, breakdown of Bo Burnham's All Eyes on Me. You know what time it is, since Lee Sands the dot, man. Let's get it.
Today we are going to be taking a look at Bo Burnham's song All Eyes on Me from his Inside Netflix special. This is not a reaction video. I have seen this before, but we're going to be kind of breaking down.
Oh, I haven't seen it before. And I ain't going to break this down. I'm going to listen to what Megan has to say. This is what it's all about, man.
Down and analyzing some of the different filmmaking techniques that Bo uses in the video for this song. I know it's one that is deeply meaningful to a lot of his fans, and I think the way that he shot this song has a lot to do with that and why it's so emotional for people and has really connected with so many. So we'll talk a little bit too about what I think he means by this song and what he's trying to convey, although I know there are lots of different interpretations kind of this song and what it means. But without any further ado, don't be scared, don't be shy, we're gonna dive on in. The water's fine.
You know what? She's absolutely right, man. I listened to this tune and you probably see my reaction. It hit me completely different. Like, and it just, dig deep into my, when I sort of hear that sort of music, man. It makes me think and that. So yeah, man.
Let's go.
Because I can imagine Megan's going to completely come from a different angle, and her brain is going to be completely different to how she analyses to how I did, and pick up things that I probably was just spazzing out on.
Okay, before he gets too far, I do just want to stop and point out that obviously we are in a very, very close-up shot here to start. And there's a couple reasons why filmmakers might choose to do a close-up like this. One of them is just that usually we feel close to, or we feel close to what we are close to, right? Showing us close-ups of people kind of helps us to kind of connect with them on an emotional level, and I think that's definitely at play in this song, although at this point, since it's so late in the special, we are already pretty emotionally connected to Bo, so they didn't necessarily need to use close-ups for that in this instance. When it's this extreme of a close-up, though, I think it can also give us kind of an unsettling feeling, like we wouldn't usually get this close to somebody, especially someone that we weren't like intimately related to in real life, and so it kind of feels like they're invading our bubble, we're invading their bubble. It seems a little uncomfortable and a little tense, and like we...
Sorry to interrupt you, Megan. I never even think of it like... I suppose you subconsciously do think, but as you said, Megan's like breaking it down. But it's like you think about it, but obviously you don't think it. You just feel it more when you're actually just watching it. When you're breaking it down, you dissect it a lot more, man. Absolutely right, man.
We want to maybe get some distance between us,
Yeah.
and then especially when he kind of turns his eyes and makes eye contact with us, again, can be very intimate, but can also be very off-putting and like kind of creepy too. So I think, yeah, it could go either way.
But it depends how you take it. I suppose that's true, man.
It kind of depends on how intimate of connection you feel with Bo at this point, I guess.
Yeah.
But definitely slightly unsettling, a little spine chilly when he looks us directly in the eyes at this level of a close-up.
Yeah, it's very dramatic, very dramatic.
Are you feeling nervous? Are you having fun? It's almost over. It's just begun. Don't overthink this. Look in
It is.
my eyes.
Do you know what? Now Megan has said that, it's like, man, hurry up, man, change the scene like a bit. But I get it now.
Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Come on in. The water's fine. We're going and going.
He's a legend.
Knows everybody. Knows everybody.
I wonder what Megan's first reaction was to this. I'd like to know. I'd like to see that. Because obviously now she's more professional and like.
Okay, so I want to point out that after he sings the line, "Don't be scared, don't be shy, come on in, the water's fine," it switches to several images. I think there's at least 3 or so images of him kind of overlapping, and with this blue color, it really does create that effect of feeling like it's water, which again, the blue color and everything helps with as well. So it's really clever the way that he used that to give us that feeling of kind of flowing, moving water.
That's crazy.
You know, without having to use any like really visual effects, just taking different shots and overlapping them with each other is a pretty cool effect.
Yeah, because when I was watching it, I was thinking more of like a lowness, or like a sorrow, or in a dark place, man. But I get the so.
We're going and go where everybody knows everybody knows. Get your fucking hand up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me. All eyes on me.
Oh, I can't help it.
Hands up. Get on out of your seat. All eyes on me. All eyes on me.
And so during this part, and for much of the song, the way that he's creating this effect with the two versions of himself is that he just has the camera hooked up to the projector, so that the projector is live streaming what the camera's capturing as it's capturing it, which is how we get the same image twice, just blown up, but it's also slightly delayed because of that, and slightly kind of shadowy and weird because it's just like when you put a mirror in on itself or whatever, you get that like kind of endless echo chamber of its recording itself, which does relate to he's done this kind of effect several times throughout the special, as far as different things reflecting back on each other, and I think it's kind of part of the overarching motif that he does related to things like dissociation and stuff like that, where you're kind of yourself is kind of becoming fragmented a little bit, which goes along with the lyrics and the theme of this song as well. Now you're going to notice in a second here, though, he's going to transition from going from the part about the hands up and all eyes on me to heads down and pray for me. And so when he does that, in order to create a darker mood, he literally just takes his hand and just covers up the light so that it creates a darker, more shadowy lighting effect. And again, he doesn't need any effects or anything. He literally just puts his hand over the light, and it creates that darker, more depressing, meaningful moment as he transitions from the more happy moment to the more sad moment.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy to think that. I mean, you sort of know that because of like I said, you know it, but it's hard. Like, you don't really think it. You sort of subconsciously think it, and your brain just. But actually sitting and listening to Megan, man, it's crazy, and it goes with all the comments that you were saying, because you've all hit me up about his anxiety and everything, man. A lot of you obviously have educated me, man, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to watch Megan, because I like to know what I'm watching, and now I know I could probably feel more from his other stuff, man, 100%, and understand it a lot better. It's just.
funny story? And then, the funniest thing happened.
So finally, even though it's towards the end of the special, we get the story, right, from his own words about why he left comedy and the fact that he was almost ready to come back, and then, of course, COVID happened, and we got Inside instead. But I do like the way that he added the different crowd noises and things, because it does really give the feel that he's kind of performing live again, which is what he's kind of dreaming about doing, right? And there is a large section of Inside.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Megan. Oh my God, man! That how mad, amazing that what she's just said. I know people were saying it in the comments. I know that I just, giving feedback to Megan. Oh my God, man, that's crazy how he's sort of like trying to train himself back into it. Yes, Megan, man, that's fire. Let's get it.
Where earlier, where they show him falling asleep, and then immediately after this song, they show him waking up again. And so I kind of posit that in between time is almost kind of like a dream sequence.
This is Megan's opinion. Yeah, like I have my opinion. Like, yeah, in the comments, like just remember it's how she proceeds it. It's just that's all it is. Everyone's gonna be different. Let's keep it nice and calm
and so in some ways he could really be kind of portraying him dreaming about performing again and imagining that there's an audience, a live audience again, which is something that clearly he's been missing but also afraid of, as we're gonna talk about in a couple minutes here. But I like that he included those audience noises in this piece.
This is one of my favourite bits when he goes high pitch.
It's just begun. Got it good, now get inside.
See, she had exactly the same feeling there. I've got to go back a little bit, man. See, he just does something, doesn't he, man? That little bit, man. Let's go. Thank you, man. When I had the exactly same feeling, man, of goosebumps all over my whole body, man, when he done this. Exactly the same. He's fire. Yeah.
And this is clearly the most energetic kind of part of the song. It kind of crescendos. We're reaching that kind of climax of the song, and now the overlapping images kind of create that energy and that movement, which you don't get from just the one still shot, right? Okay, I was able to pause it at a good spot. So if you've noticed, for most of the video, we've seen kind of the timestamp and the battery image for the camera on the projector, but now we also have another one overlapping here that shows the battery sign blinking as if it's dead. And this song is a lot about contradictions. There's a lot of conflicting ideas in this song, right? It's are you feeling nervous? Are you having fun? It's almost over. It's just begun, right?
Whoa! Megan's rapping at it, brother. Get her on the channel. Listen to the flow, man. The cadence.
Are you having fun? It's almost over. It's just begun, right? Hands up, all eyes on me, head down, pray for me. And now it's almost like he's fully charged and fully drained at the same time. To me, it kind of evokes almost that imagery from earlier with Sacco of the that frightening liminal state of being where you're not quite dead, not quite alive, right? Like similar to a constant state of sleep paralysis, which again could be interpreted as a bit of a dream sequence that he's about to come out of here as he's yelling at himself to get up. But so I liked that the battery image there was a great way of just kind of subtly introducing that idea of feeling both fully charged and drained at the same time.
You know what? It's amazing because I thought how talented he was, and obviously now Megan sort of broke things down and how he actually really does these videos to sort of project him and how he feels. That is amazing.
I really love Bo's decision to pick up the camera and swing it around at the end of this.
I'm gonna give my view on that quickly, just before she gives Megan gives her view. I personally think he picked it up to be a bit more closer, a bit more dangerous, and to give you more of a feel of his view on how he feels directly, like you're looking through his eyes. That's probably sort of my view on it, and sort of bring you closer to him and a bit jagged. That's what I'm thinking from his point of perspective and how he's looking. And
I've heard some people say that to them it was kind of like a liberating feeling, but that was not my experience. To me, when he goes from literally screaming at us or himself or whoever he's talking to in the song, to get up to grabbing the camera and starting to swing it around, to me felt more almost violent and a little like violating. Okay. And it wasn't necessarily this like freeing moment. It felt kind of forced, like we had no choice in the matter, but you're gonna get up with me now. And I think it is.
Yeah. That do you know what? I'm changing my answer. I was listening to the expert. I changed my. No, I get it. I think definitely like a release. That's 100%. I think that as well, man. But I just feel like he just feel like like this is what I go through. This is how I see it. This is like my emotion and how bumpy my ride. Like it just man, like release of energy. Like because it's all about an experience anyway, ain't it? But I just feel like that was brought it closer.
So effective because it is the only time in the entire special that the camera moves. Other than, I mean, obviously we've talked about he does a lot of push-ins and pull-outs and things like that, and like changing camera angles, but this is the only time in the special that the camera physically moves, because it can only move when he moves it. And so in some ways, I think subconsciously we've kind of felt like the camera has kind of been like our like solid rock. We've been stationary for the most part, and now it's like our entire world is literally being just turned upside down, and it's just this crazy chaotic visceral experience. And I was able to watch this on like a large screen at my library one time, and on a big screen it is even more just like, whoa, what is happening right now in this moment? Which I think, if you guys have seen the outtakes, there's several shots where he had other ways of like moving the camera, like with the drone and stuff like that. And I think this might be one of the reasons why he decided not to use those takes and things in the final cut, is because it really does, saving this kind of camera motion moment to the very end of the special, really does something to us emotionally, I think, on a subconscious level. It's just such a great physical, visual representation of how he's feeling in this song, right? As far as what I think the song means and what it's trying to convey, to me, it's almost like on stage Bo is talking to off-stage Bo, and he's kind of almost like a left brain, right brain kind of thing. He's got these two parts of himself that are at war with each other, right? The desire to perform, the desire to be seen, and have all eyes on him, and then that's trying to convince the other parts of him that we need to get back to performing. And then on the other hand, being terrified that if he does that, the panic attacks will come back, or maybe even worse than they were before.
Sorry, I hate butting in when she's not finished, but because I will forget, because that's what I'm like. A lot of you in the comments has told me about the panic attacks and all that, man. I'm just so grateful that Bo's managed to come through that, and obviously he's probably still fighting these demons or struggling that, but he looks like in a better place than obviously where he was then. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's amazing.
And so it's like those two parts of him are constantly at war with each other, which again goes back to those contrasting images of being nervous or, having fun. And to him, performing was one of his favorite things to do, right? But then also the thing that made him the most nervous and the most scared. So I think the different contrasting lyrics along with, the subject matter that he's talking about, telling the story in the middle, all kind of helps to convey this kind of crisis moment almost of him trying to figure out what's he gonna do, right? And in some ways I think Inside was a nice compromise. I think it was a great opportunity for him to be able to get back to being creative. Obviously we know it kind of worked to distract him and give him something to do, some outlet during the pandemic, but also was a way for him to kind of get back to performing without having the audience in the equation. And I know he talks a lot about how weird it is to not have the audience, that you don't get that feedback and that energy from them. But I think on some levels this was kind of a nice first step back to comedy and to his old stage persona, because
do you know what? I bet maybe that was it. Just fell into place, like Megan's saying, that instead of going straight to performing, he sort of like done his little, like not fake, but like a rehearsal one on his own, and it sort of maybe boosted him up a bit, man. That's crazy that it fell into place with COVID, man.
He didn't have to worry about the audience.
Yeah,
and
man,
the whole
100%.
panicky nature of live performance wasn't even a factor. So hopefully that helped, and we got this beautiful creation that is Inside out of it. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that one. I'm sure I missed things. I'm sure you have other interpretations or other things that the song means to you. And so I would love to hear about those in the comments, or if there's any other songs from Inside that you want me to break down and analyze or whatever, feel free to let me know that too. I did do a video previously on Welcome to the Internet, but other than that, these are the only...
Yeah, I've got a few to catch up on. I've got a list. Someone sent me a list of both. So
2 songs that I've broken down so far. So let me know if you have any other ideas for me, and otherwise, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
To be honest with you, Megan, that was absolutely amazing, man. You absolutely nailed that, and gave me a lot of education on not just Bo, the actually scene and everything that creates such an amazing performance. Brilliant, man. I hope you don't mind this going up. And hopefully, please go and subscribe to it. If you like Bo Burnham like I do, man, and a lot of you comments, I know you do. I know how much you love him, because the amount of comments I get and how the comments are so deep. Please go and check Megan the Librarian out. I said that word properly. Please go and subscribe and check out all our videos. I'm gonna have a look, and I'm actually just subscribed to her as well. So please go check her out, and please subscribe to me as well.